Hello. I know I got no one right here, right now. I just wanted to say that I'm going to need people that are dealing with difficulties of doctors not listening to them. The system's broke, what their story is. Hello, please put a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. It helps with the algorithms. And that's the way it goes. All right. So, anyway, uh, I've never had I guess you would say I figured out what my problem is. I kind of have, and I just don't have I'm right now trying to figure out I don't think that my life is in peril. uh, I going through a lot of changes in my body at this moment. It's like a metamorph. And oh my god. Let's just put it this way. November is going to be a whole new Thanksgiving for me. I can guarantee you that. So, yeah, I told my son I'm going through a creepy pasta and we were laughing about it. But I was saying, yeah, think about it. I'm going through this and I'm telling him all my stuff I'm going through. And I am going to write a creepy pasta and because of the shit I'm going through. It's like crap. Oh God, to have doctors not listen to you and just tell you that I don't care to listen to you. I run 5 miles a day. And you're like, really? I don't give a fuck how many miles you run. I don't care if you run 25 miles a day. I do a triathlon every weekend. I mean, come on, just help me. I don't want a doctor that tries to do pissing contests. I want a doctor going, okay, interesting. Let's find out what's going on with your body. You know your body more than me. Like Mr. Kronk's favorite thing to say is, I don't know your body. Tell me what's going on. And I've yet to hear a doctor tell me that. They were told to listen to your patients, and then when you're a vet, you got to figure out, your patients bark and meow and all that stuff, and they don't do that. You got to figure it out. To be a veterinarian it's a harder job than to even be a doctor, as far as I'm concerned, because your patients do not talk vocally unless you are like the animal whisperer. So anyway, I uh, found out that my tumors don't like too much caffeine, and yeah, I found that out real quick. Oh yeah, because I don't over caffeine it. I've been lucky on that one. Oh boy. I'm definitely not dying for certain. I know what's wrong with me now, and without a doctor's help, it's just time proven to prevail. So I'm going to tell a friend of mine what's going on, and yeah, tumors don't act that way. I know I have family who are in let's just put it this way. I'm not dumb. It doesn't take much to look up your problems and stuff, and do more than what your doctor would do. And it's not that. And this is what I tell people. I don't go to the hospital or doctors. I avoid that shit like the plague. The reason why I myself um the reason why I myself dealt with a lot of stuff, and we're going to be talking about, this is the month I'm hoping that it's like nearing the middle of the month, and that means it's ending. And let's talk about having let's talk about the if you want to go down below donation, I will do a free tarot reading for every donation. So here's the whole point. I need to hear about people's not just hear and talk about it, but I need people who would like to be on my documentary, who would like to tell me about their problems. I've had not friends, but heard people on the internet say about how people they have known were misdiagnosed. I like to know people's story where they misdiagnosed, where the doctors were not just one. It would just show the stupidity how the medical field is turned into such a point where it's no longer how you feel and how a patient feels about their body. It's about how the doctor wants to make money and if they have a God complex. And yes, there are, out here, this one woman said that her husband wanted to change the doctor. He said he was killing him and he ordered a wrong. The doctor ordered a prescription that the husband refused to take. He said, no, no, that's not the right prescription. That will kill me. And the doctor was, no, 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 take it. He goes, no. The other doctor said that one will kill me, and it was a proven point. This doctor, he said it was, and he was like, "Oh my god," he gave me the wrong prescription. It was like under the point where his wife said, "I actually started believing my husband. I thought he was lying for years." And yeah, she said it was too late. He said that pretty much that the doctor didn't know what he was doing. Was more worried about his tea time, which is I heard that's a big thing with doctors are all about their golfing and shit. So I know what's wrong with me. I'm still working on my documentary. I would like to um God, I can't believe this. I'm in so much shock lately. I'm just like I have not talked to my friend because I'm like, well, this to me in my mind is like a shocking thing because I have never in my mind thought I would be in this position ever. Oh yeah, but I know I'm not dying, so I'm happy more about that than anything else because I don't have to worry until November. So I'm like, I'm just thinking, oh God, okay, well, I'm just going to take it one day at a time, literally, because of the fact that, oh God. So let's talk about misdiagnosis. When your doctor gets it wrong and you get more than one misdiagnosis or analyzing a wrong thing, when you come out west, that's one of the biggest things. Doctors really don't care to take care of the patient or listen to it. That's the very important thing that you should do as a doctor. And that was what Mr. Crunk used to tell me. I am not you. What is going on with you? And I go, wow. Oh, and he also spoke sign language, I believe. You know, he learned sign language for a patient because the patient wasn't doing well with the other doctor. And he said, I will learn sign language. No, that's a doctor. I wanted to do a documentary on small towns, how we have a page that's a self-help page, and the page will say, hey, you're a self-help, I need help in Pahrump, and you go, hey, I need a job. And I had someone help me. The thing was, I don't want to work for a gas station. It's going to get robbed. I could see it happening. I could see that. So I'm been looking for jobs at the bars and stuff. I can wear I black always makes you look thinner. God, my stomach's just getting so I gotta hide my I gotta hide my I got my beer belly. That's what I'm going to be calling it. So, I have come to a realization, I drink hyper cola. It's hyper cola time. It was a creepy pasta. And I was just telling my son, I go, you know what, we've all, yeah, because I listen with the kids, I go, these are pretty cool stories. Could you imagine though, if any of these stories, any of them were like even like 10% true? But I've heard stories about the Coca-Cola having it's a whole different thing, you know. And in Pepsi, they take it seriously. I've heard that, all kinds of things you couldn't take a Pepsi Cola into a Coca Cola. So here I am. I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, you know, um, and I've been feeling like I've been on a creepy pasta because I didn't know what was making my feeling like I'm two. Mommy, why is your belly growing big? And that's how I felt. I felt like, what is going on with my body? I know what's going on. I tell the doctors what's going on, and they look at me. I had one doctor say, "Excuse me, where is your pills?" And I go, "Oh, you mean my prescriptions? This is it, my birth control. Where?" And she repeated it again. "Where is my, pills or whatever? Where's my stuff?" And I'm like, well, I tried to tell her, "That's it. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have this. I don't have a bunch of stuff because I overate, but I didn't go on a crack pipe smoking, drug dealing, do heroin party. I just didn't have those kind of parties. I didn't have the heroin smoking, all the things going on. I just didn't get into all the fucking drugs, okay? Let's just be honest. And I'm grateful for, if your body is 50%, you got your ancestors and everything and what they handed down to you. And then you got another 50%, what is, what's, how can I say you got another 50% in which you take care of, like the vitamins you take, the exercise, what you do to your body, and that percentage. That's the thing that you have to take care of. So I like to talk about that, ways to combat which I get a lot. I have to take at least one nap a day. If I were to work, I'd have to take a nap after work or anyhow. I find out that it's great if you have a really big project. I've been working on my room. I was sick for 2 weeks and I had no energy for another 2 weeks. So for a month, my bedroom went in downfall mode. And I kept up with my dirty clothes and I washed them, but I wouldn't put them away because I hate my cupboards. They suck. And it's not that easy to put everything away. So I went and been going through my clothes and stuff. I had behind here, the bar broke. So I just, whatever is winter clothes, I just put it in there and I put all my summer in there and called it a day. I also got another holding thing on the side here so I can get my I don't use my bathroom. I don't trust my ex. I would think that it would be easier for him to go in that bathroom to help himself to my shit. And I just don't like to, I'm not sharing. Okay. I'm just not sharing. Put a thumbs up if you like this. This will help with the algorithm. I really appreciate it. So anyway, I found out what's wrong with me. I'm healthy and I'm not dying. I know that everything will work out. I'm hoping. I have been what you call is shocked and extremely surprised and sitting here going, well, I'm just going to take care of stuff here, and that's where I'm going on that. As for anything else, I'm doing my documentary for misdiagnosis of people's things. I've had someone tell me they're misdiagnosed in cancer. How in the hell can you do that? They got misdiagnosed on cancer. Somebody got misdiagnosed. Their one breast had cancer, the other one. So she had both of them taken off and redone. And she didn't bother with that, but she said it was still misdiagnosed. What if, you know, I wanted to breastfeed in that one breast, just putting it out there. Um, I want to hear misdiagnosis. So I'm going to be working with that. I think that out here, if you get sick, you're really, really going to not like it. It's just not. If you are from like New England or those places back east or the Midwest, you go from I would say Ohio and Michigan and those places are like the Midwest. Let's find out what the Midwest is. Alexa, what states are in the Midwest?
I know about 12 Midwestern United States states, including Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, and 8 more.
So there's an idea, the Midwest. You got 12 Midwest states that have, I could guarantee it. I can just about guarantee that there's 12 Midwest states that are a whole lot better medical wise. Now, I don't know about how, the sun and all. A lot of people move out here because they need the dry heat. Their body needs the dry heat. Now, if you're a healthy person and you can live anywhere, I would say that this place is great, not in the wintertime. Oh, hell no. I would say that, on the average, I, I, I'm just to that point. I'm like so pissed off at the doctors lying to me. I mean, really lying. The misdiagnosis is just amazing, and I have never been so lied so badly and so harshly. It's just they are no longer doctors. They're worse in my mind's eye and how I feel, how I've been treated for the past. I would say since April on up, it's been just one of those things where you're going, really? You, so you taking the screen and making where I could not see made me feel better. What's going on down there? I already know what's going on down there, and you don't need to tell me because I know my body more than yours. Because my doctor, my good doctor, told me that. He said, "I don't know your body. Tell me." But doctors nowadays, they want to what's it called? They want what they want to do is they want to make the big money. And when I went to my doctor, I went to my gynecologist that was here in Pahrump. And before I fired him, I really did have to. He used my medical information for somebody else. He actually did. He used it on a patient that was someone I used to work with. And my insurance company, who never calls, called me. And I'm like, so how old is this patient? Patient's actually older than me. So I'm like, she was going to get her hysterectomy through my insurance. So my insurance called me up and said, you got birth control pills. Why do you need a hysterectomy? And I go, excuse me. So they stated a person at, the doctor. Oh yeah, it was funny. Mm. Somebody was going to get a hysterectomy and it wasn't me. So the doctor got called out on it because I'm like getting birth control pills and I haven't used him in like it was during the epidemic, and I didn't use them. In fact, I used them before the epidemic or whatever you want to call it. Sleeping has been, oh god, there's only one position I can get into right now, and I try to get side, but I they sell these. Oh fuck, I'm just screwed. More ways than one, I tell you. Oh, Lord. So I had an ear thing that had a screw in it. I'm thinking of replacing it. This is just like an arrow. I got an arrow. So I have found out what's wrong with me. Yeah. Hmm. Whew. Yeah. Um, I found out that my blurbles do not like too much caffeine. They move around a lot. My blurbles will move, and yeah, it's not a happy joy thing at all. Mm-mm, mm. So I got moving blurbles. That's what I'm calling them right now. Yeah. I don't. Oh yeah. I'm configuring that I will, after everything's done and said, go to every doctor and show them my blurbles, but that will be down the road. I'm just so amazed. The stupidity of the misdiagnosis, not just of me. I've had just in Nevada alone, the misdiagnosis is probably higher than anywhere else, including my own state that I came from, which was Michigan. I'm not originally from Michigan, but my dad resided there. And I thought, well, if I'm going to go back home, I'll go back to Michigan because my dad was living. And I am one of, yeah, and like I told my ex, I said, look, I don't get it. You were told by my grandma, by my mother, i'm I'm like the closest thing to my dad. So if you are sitting there making fun of my dad and saying all this stuff, I don't know about you, but you've been doing the female version. And yeah, I spent 25 years trying to find a way out because I've been miserable for that long. And health wise, it's not good to hold on to a bad relationship. So yeah, I after 7 years I asked senior psychopath, hey, I want a divorce. And Mrs. Devon was about 5 years old at that time. And family members thought I needed to be there to be a wife and stuff. And I got tired of finding somebody else's fucking underwear in my car. I really did. And I knew who it was, and everyone would tell me what's going on. I didn't need to. I dream about it and know what's fucking going on. Yeah. When you're psychic, you know what's going on. You know when your husband's doing the do. Come on. Or your significant other or whatever, I mean, it's not a jealousy thing. It's just, so I was always treated, I was the woman who was the I felt like the other woman, and the other woman was the one who ruled my husband's heart. And that's how it usually went. Uh I never had a say or anything in what was going on, and I finally just got tired of it. I really did. Him, yeah, doing the next door neighbor and going to pick up my friend and leaving me in a time where he could have just said, you can work, and working kept my shit together. But no, he wanted this divorce. I gave it to him because he said, he may not have said it out loud, but he said it, going next door. You're going to go next door to get some old fashioned love, then fine. Don't play God and leave me where I'm not knowing where I'm at. I that you did a lot of bad. So I finally couldn't take it when I tried to kill myself here on YouTube because I really was miserable. I was beyond miserable. And I really appreciate YouTube for letting me actually put myself out here the way I have. You know, I just oh yeah. I'm reeling over a lot of yeah. Yeah, November is going to be a big turkey day for me. Oh yeah. Woo. So wow. So I'm going to be divorced this month. I'm hoping so because I have a person who wants to hold on to the past that needs to walk away. I have been trying for 25 years. I brought up two beautiful I did it all on my own. I'm going to put this out there. When somebody is into themselves and they have children, they do not get involved. I did everything. I made sure my son kept busy. My dad had a theory of this. Kids get in trouble when they're not kept busy. So he kept my brother and me busy. Skiing in the wintertime, and karate for my brother in the summer. And I did tap dancing. I did tap dancing. I did ballet, and I did jazz. And I love the tap dancing. In fact, if somebody said, "What do you want for your birthday?" I would like to try on some tap dancing shoes. I love to tap dance. You hear me tap dancing. 'Cause I just love it. I really do. And that's the one thing I wish I could get some new tap dancing shoes. My tap dancing shoes were so well used, I literally wore them out. And you could take the taps off them. You can actually take the taps off them when you buy new tap dancing shoes and put it on other shoes. So it's really quite amazing. But I just wanted to say that yeah, I'm working on my documentary, Misdiagnosis. It's a misdiagnosis. I don't know how many I've already talked to around here that it would be like, I'm wondering if the doctors are smoking crack themselves. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. It's just when like the one lady said, I've never heard someone quite your age say that you were thinking that you were dying. And I said, yeah, when you have something growing in your body, and I don't get it, that the pimple popper gets these people with like Quasimodo backs and all kinds. I'm like, oh hell no, oh hell. I'd be like, I'm going to be going and saving up my money and going to a freaking dermatologist. I got a zit back here, and there's no way. It's like a little. So I now have 15-year-old skin, meaning I got oil skin. I got to watch what I eat in the oil factor, whereas I was like, oh yeah, yeah, I will get like oil slicks, and I get now I got zits in my hair like I did when I was 15. They're all, oh my god. I'm like, this is so different. Oh, anymore. I wanted hopefully I can get some people on here that could talk about misdiagnosis. I had in Michigan, I had a therapist, and I was telling my one therapist this. She was doing her nails, and I was pregnant with my daughter, Natasha, and I kept going, This is making me nauseous. I gotta go get sick. And she goes, I'm just doing my nails and stuff. And I went and took a video of her. I used to have I had one of those. I was always the person who had the camera that was, so what happened was I had taken a picture of what she was doing and took a video of it, and I sent it to her boss, and she got fired. Yeah, you don't do your nails when you're talking to a customer. You do that on your lunch break, bitch. It was just made me so sick. And I'm like, that is so wrong. So that's where I'm at. I'm tomorrow I'm going to get up, take my shower, do all that stuff, and go to all the bars in the area and see what I could find for a job so I can have a job this weekend. Oh boy, I'm going to be wearing a big shirt. Hi there. I shouldn't even complain because there's a lot of people with um, bigger than normal, like, look. See how the blessed goes on my boobs? It's like, look, I'm blessed. I thought it would be down here further, but no, it's on the boobs. We're blessed in the boobs. Uh, So anyway, um, if you're wondering, about a misdiagnosis or not happy, my grandmother always said, see two other doctors. So I did. And I'm like, wow, they're a bunch of ass hats. They're telling me this is what a doctor told me. No, you should feel this way. Really? I should feel this way? What if I don't? No question, no answer. Just bunch of crickets. Oh no, I wasn't taught that. I have no idea what they're teaching in for schools for doctors now. I'm thinking that they're just going, all right, everyone, here's what they're learning at the Institute of Medicine. All right, everyone, raise up your pens, click it, right in, there we go. My teacher used to say, you read doctors' writing so well. I go, you should see my dad's. And she finally found out what I meant because my dad had a doctor's right. You so I'm enjoying the sun because my hair is naturally blonde. So it will get just blonde from the sun. So so um if you're here and you are oh god, if you have had a mixed diagnosis, not if you have been told something that is wrong with you and it isn't, and you want to sit there and state what your story is, I want a video of you. You know, I would have to say that I'm not going to block you out. You would state, there'd be something. I've had friends of mine tell me that they had family members who were told that they're cancer free, and a month later they die of like some type of cancer related stuff. I'm like, my dad, listen to this one. This is in Michigan. He went and got his heart done. And then they said he died of cancer. And I said, how could that be? How could my dad die of cancer because he just got his heart done? How could that just evaluate? And they said sometimes through the stress I never heard of that, where somebody would be so stressed they get cancer. I don't know. So here I am. I'm realizing that I need to get a job. Um, I'm getting divorced this month. I'm hoping that senior psychopath doesn't have nothing. He usually has. He's working with two females that know my ex. Yes, my ex is working with two redheaded females that know my my friend. And oh boy, yeah, yeah, they're playing two sides of the fence, and it's going to bite them in the ass real soon. Yeah. So I have never in my life been so diagnosed. Doctors here, stay away from them. They're not even worth the pot to piss in. They're not even worth much. As far as I'm concerned, for what was done to me and what was said and how I was treated, I'm like, fuck this. We're already in a third world country. We're here. We're dead. It's here. If you're thinking that it's okay for a doctor to sit there and tell you, well, you need more medication, then if I just don't get it. I mean, I would think a doctor would be proud of how many people she or they take care of, and heal. But no, it's about how many. I'm guessing it's like if you have a doctor that does, if you do a doctor that does more than four hysterectomies a year, they make over $1 million a year. Just a little keynote. If they do more than four hysterectomies a year, they get more than $1 million a year, is what I was figuring out. Because after this person gets this, yeah, they make quite a bit. Oh, quite a bit of money off of hysterectomies and stuff that they push to. And what was told to me, and my doctor said, what? My one doctor that I don't have no more, he was Indian and he listened to me. I told him that my one gynecologist over, not far from my old work, told me to get a hysterectomy after the age of 40 so I don't have no more kids, so I don't get bothered with periods. That's the only reason why. And I'm like, that's not the way to get a hysterectomy. You get a hysterectomy when you're got cancer cells growing in your body and it's in there. That's what I was told because I'm like, really? And I'm being told this by a guy who thought I would. I go, I got to think about that shit. And he goes, well, here's the doctor's number to call. And I go, and I did. I made a call and I made an appointment, and then I took all the paperwork to two other doctors. And I said to my one doctor who was Indian, I said, could you tell me seriously? Because I made copies of the paperwork and I just, had it for myself and for the doctor. I gave him that and he's like, from what he's seen in the paperwork, that the only way I could get pregnant would be a God would help. And yeah, I had a 1% chance of ever getting pregnant. And with birth control, I have no problem. So I said, well, I'm here. Could you do my birth control? You just visited your gynecologist. He refuses to sign for my birth control. Well, I can't do it since you've got a gynecologist. So I went to Planned Parenthood, my third place, where I took my paper. And I said, here's my paper. And the lady doctor looked at it and she goes, wow, you got like a 1% chance of you having children. That'd be an act of God for you to ever get pregnant. And I go, yeah, I still want my birth control because I do not want I did not want to get pregnant with any more senior psychos kids because that means another 18 years of being stuck with him because he'd go, I'm not going to let you do anything. Ah. Oh, yeah. He told me that he was going to use the crazy card, that I was crazy. He was going to use, he went to all my friends and he went to my work and got people at my work where they were on his side. He went to my friends and all their husbands or boyfriends and got them on their side. I had no friends for 5 years because of my ex. I made a complete, when that happened and I was pregnant with Natasha, and I thought to myself, okay, all right, I got 18 to 20, I was figuring out how long it would be before anything in my life would change because I knew at that moment that I didn't want to be with him. I really did. And I tried to I would tell my dad, I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to make it work, trying to make it work. I'm gonna do my best, Paul. I will. I'll do my best, honey. I'll do everything. I'll do everything that you want me to do. And that's how it was. And I lost weight because I thought it was all my fault. Everything was my fault. That's how I felt. And then I go, oh fuck. I lost weight on my eyes. I wasn't tired and stuff, so I was getting shit done. And I'm like, huh, that's nice. That's real nice. You're on the internet for 12 to 16 hours a day. You get a lot of shit done, huh? No. Then he goes next door and has fun with a neighbor. He's telling my son and my daughter that is normal for a man who's married to go next door and spend 10 to 15 hours a day at their house. And my kids didn't, my daughter thought that, hey, I said, it's been going on for years. I told her that for years. The next door neighbor was not just one, it was one of many. One of many, many, many. So let me tell you about a person I married. He made sure that he had cancer. He went and I don't know, he never showed me papers or nothing. I believed him. When you believe somebody to have a sickness or whatever, you go, "Oh yeah, okay." So I believed my ex had cancer. I married him thinking, "Oh my god, he had cancer." Then he got accepted in the Navy and I'm like, "You don't got cancer?" "Oh no, no." Then, it was like everything fell in place for him. I had no, oh, I was. I talked to my dad. I'm like, could I get an annulment? I really wanted. I was looking to dump him, but there was nowhere for me to go. If I had to do it again, what I would have done is I would have packed all my shit, put everything I could in storage, and go to California, or just to do what my dad said: rent a car, take it to California. It was cheaper than the airline flight. You can rent a car for $100, and he figured out the mileage, and he said, yeah, I was planning to do that, and just to get it all. And I wish I would have done that while he was in the Navy. Then he pregnated a woman overseas, and she contacted me. Um, and then the Philippines had their volcano and stuff, and I never heard nothing from her. So I asked my ex, hey, you heard from so and so, who's that? And I go, this is a person you had in the Philippines. They contacted me. They have a child by you. And I never heard nothing from that. But I did get a phone call on my regular home phone, and it was only once. I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was a bullshit thing. Like my brother-in-law and his wife, they always like to play sick games like that. So I didn't know what to believe. But yeah, I did. I've gotten so many phone calls through the years from women who felt bad for going to bed with my husband because they met me and thought I was really nice. I've had people tell me that I should have divorced him a long time ago. I had all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Um, when you marry somebody that you can't get out of, you have to make really snip fast plans. Most of these people, I consider what I have the typical. They will do anything, including killing. Oh, if a senior psychopath could put something in my food that would kill me, he'd done it already. He would have if he could get away with it. Being that we're going through a divorce and all that, he'd be first suspect. Like if you were put like plastic in someone's thing and it would get into their esophagus, that type of stuff. Yeah, they look right at you. Oh yeah. By the way, I did find plastic pieces after leaving. I had made one of these yesterday, and I left it out in the kitchen, and while I was drinking it, I had tons of plastic pieces that not all were taken out. I drank some, and I felt horrible last night. I just could not almost breathe, and I felt that I was going to have to go to the emergency. I really felt scared. So if senior psychopath is thinking about doing any more fun stuff, at least I put it out in here. I will be going swimming. Uh, I am afraid to walk on the street because I almost got ran over a while back when somebody was driving, and that's where I could see them. It's like I could see them hit me. So I was like, I'll take a break and I can walk. I have a circle thing in my backyard. I'll just walk that or go to the gym. It doesn't matter to me. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not I I feel that um a senior psychopath is not going to be, too nice in this. I still think that he's got something going on. Of course, he is talking to people who are also talking to my ex, or the uh shoot. He's talking to my friend, okay? My friend's friend, the redheaded women. Oh yeah, he's having a blast with that because he's getting more inside information than you can believe. Oh yeah. So I'm going to tell a friend of mine what I found out. I'm going to say, James, guess what I found out? My husband knows exactly what Ty is doing because here, I'm going to text it right now. I'm going to text my friend. Mm, oh, oh. So, do, do, do. Mm. And there we go. That's what's going on. They're telling him everything my friend tells him, my ex knows. Boom. Yeah. You got to know how this happened. I met a guy on OkCupid and he goes, "Hey, come on over." I'm like, "It's 11:30." Well, by the time I took my shower, got there and was lamed out. Okay, all right. And then went home going, "Okay, that was a nice movie." We watched a couple hours of YouTube on the China. That's it. Yeah. So anyhow, he messages me like he treated me like how senior psychopath would. So I wasn't liking it, and then he's like, "Hey, you should. These women here, bloop, for prompt. Why don't you contact them?" And I'm like, "You got to be joking." Oh, okay, big. All right. Hello, Jasmine. How are you? Put a thumbs up. I do not know what you're talking about, but you know what? This is a smoking weed channel. Light up, here. Light them up. So anyway, I was told by this guy everything. He said that he was hired to take me out of the house. They needed me out because they needed to look through some of my things. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I didn't." I'm now taking stuff with me when I go so they don't get looked through. Yeah, I have to do that now. He reads my diaries. And yes, I still write a regular diary. So now I heard from this guy that he was paid to keep me busy. He was paid to bring me out of the house. I was like, okay. So and he gave me $50 of gas. So I put gas back in my vehicle. I'm like, well, at least I got out of the house. Uh, I was told the women looked very, very, very yeah, they looked like some people I knew, and they were putting themselves out as let's date, we're couples. The one woman is what you call lipstick beauty. We can fill that in, and her husband is the male portion of their relationship. So they go as single, but they're not. They consider themselves very married, and they're going as I guess it would be like ruining people's lives. That's the only thing I could see because they put a lot of money on this guy. They should have just paid me. I would have laughed. But what I learned is they are hearing from my ex. All right. They hear from my guy friend, and then my ex, senior psychopath, here's what he's planning. Everything. Everything that this guy is planning that had an altercation with my ex is hearing everything that they're planning for the court and everything, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, they're hearing it all because these two women are blabbing their mouths to senior psychopath because They really think it's funny what they're doing. Yeah. It's like a game. So I had said I will not, I blocked him, of course, and just moved along. I don't know what to say. Yeah, because of this, I made a video, and it's what my dad said. He had a lot of problems with redheaded women, so he quit dating them. He said it's just he said it's one of his friends had stated, who was a real man's, a woman's man, and said, yeah, that they're good for a one night stand, but as he didn't consider it. But my ex's aunt is red hair. She's just got an attitude. I don't know if she started problems, but this is something huge. If you're going to court and you need your things that are in court, oh my God, he's telling these women everything, and they're telling my ex. Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, they should not be told any more shit. They should be kept. That, like I talked about the inner sanctum, it's like Atlantis. You got the rings. Well, they need to be put on the outer part of the rings. These two redhead are telling my ex everything. They paid for me to see this guy, and how we ended up talking with him and ambitions, and I made him a mental note of certain things, and I'm like, yeah. So these women are telling my ex all the stuff court wise and everything in his life, what's going on, and they're in their inner sanctum, which they should never be. It should be, and this is what my dad said. The reason why he waited so long for certain people in his life to bring them over to the house is because he had a 6 month thing, and he did a background check. Yeah, he actually paid for a background check. He would go to the police station, and it used to be 150 per person, and he said, yeah, I take this seriously. After a problem he had with after a problem that he had with after a problem that he had with my mom, and during their divorce, he no longer was that way. He was like, uh wow, shit. So what happened was, these women are real close to my friend, who is going to court and doing a lot of stuff, and their court is not going to he won't do well until until he quits telling these two women, who are telling my ex-husband, everything. He will not do well in court. He needs to quit talking to these redheaded women. There's two of them. He needs to quit, because they're telling my husband, they're telling senior psychopath everything. Oh yeah. Because senior psychopath, after he's done talking with the two ladies, he's all giddy and happy. You know why he's giddy and happy? He got the information from, it's like dealing with the information with um what's going on. He's getting fresh information about what's going on with my ex and everything, to get even with him. And these two redheaded women are telling him, and they're getting the information directly from my friend. Directly. Not just a little bit, directly from my friend. And he needs to realize that either he just zip up with what he's going to say, or not have them as friends, because his freedom is going to be thrown away by hanging out with the two redheaded ladies. Is just going to happen. They're telling my ex everything. Everything. I'm talking everything. So let me be honest with you. All right. Telling them everything. That's what's been going on. I'm having them, the woman who put stuff out here, who said big or whatever. I'm like, she's probably too high to even do anything. The reason why is these women are serious into drugs. These two women will not, yeah, how can I say this? At the rate they're going, if they keep doing the drugs that they're doing, they're not going to live very long. But that's not my deal. My deal is they're screwing with my friend. They're screwing with me. In the sense, they're fucking with me too. And when you're dealing with two redheaded women who are coming off as being their friend, that's not their friend. My friend needs to be with his family, his cousins, his mom, his dad. Do not hang out with these two redheaded women. You will not win any court. Once he gets rid of these two redheaded women, his court thing will be a piece of cake because he's hanging out with them. And they're actually, when you have a big court case, state will hire detectives. Watch your step. My dad used to tell people this: do not go out, do not party, do not go to a, when you are dealing with a court case and stuff, and if it's a certain thing, do not go out, do not party. Your lawyer should be saying, watch your P's and Q's and who do you hang out with. If you go directly to a say you have like a paid girlfriend, don't do that even. But the reason why is they also tell you not to talk about the court case at all. But he does. And she tells these two women, tell senior psychopath everything he needs to do to get even with you. So if you're on the receiving end from what I'm talking, if you're my friend and you're listening to this, please, please, whatever it is, do not talk about your court case to anybody. Not even your cousin. Don't talk about your court case to anybody because these two women are telling these two redheaded women, guess what? My ex knows everything. He knows it all because he's being told by these two women who are being told by my friend who's saying, yeah, this is what's happening with my court case. And then he's not doing well because senior psychopath gets him, hey, he got the information from two women he's having relations with. Okay. Two women he knows. So he needs to quit talking with these two women. It's so paramount. Really. He needs to quit talking with these two redheaded women. I don't know what's going on with them, but it scares me because senior psychopath will not drop the charges. And I have begged him. So these two women are giving my ex so much information. And I'm sure of it. I'm sure they're giving him ideas. And I'm sure as for me, finding a shitload of plastic in my drink was really scary, and it was such small pieces that were cut that some of them got into my body. So like I said, you if you go for any court, don't tell people your stuff. But right now, my friend, he's going through a lot of hardship, and I'm going to tell you this: he needs to get rid of the two redheads who were telling my husband everything, who paid a actor money so I can go out and for a date. Yeah, paid an actor. I was like thinking I had my thing going on, but boy, oh boy, I really got a reality when he never texted me. Be like 3 or 4 days he wouldn't text me, not even a good morning text. He was too busy for that. And when men are too busy for that, I realized something was going on. So I said, he's like, he put out this thing from a thing that's popular, a dating app that I don't have. And these two women, and they look familiar. And I'm like, hold it. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. And then he's like, yeah, these women they don't want to get to know me. Run. Fucking run. Just run. Run as fast as you can. These women they're not right. Run. And I'm not joking. They're telling my ex everything from your court case. So you better if you want freedom, Get rid of them. I don't give a crap what's going on in your life on a private side, but they're telling my husband everything and then some. Everything. Everything. They're telling him everything. Oh, yeah. They're telling him everything. So, November, people have a feeling. Let me be this. If you think I'm lying about my health and everything, just think November's coming up. It'll be a nice Thanksgiving. I will be having a nice turkey. Trust me on that one. Trust me. Do not sit there and say, "Oh, you don't look big enough." No, no, no. I am in TV land right now. You don't see me. You don't see how big I am. And trust me, it's like I get bigger in person, like a person. Whoa, you do got a big stomach. Oh, yeah. I've had people, you should have seen their looks at Bunko. Oh, Bunko was great. I'm like, yeah, see, I told you it's getting big each week. Each fucking week it grows. So there you go. Yeah, I like when I piss off enough people that they put stuff on the side there that they have to take out because they know that they look like stupid idiots writing blah blah. It was JKV beam boom. It's like, really? I'm glad. So remember, if you're my friend and you are going to court and you have two redheads that you're hanging out with, guess what? They're telling my ex everything. Senior psychopath hears from them. They are both on each other's call dials like you can't believe. He has sat there and talked with her for hours and hours and hours and hours. Guaranteed. He got the inside skinny skinny. So he knows what's going on. So if you think you're the only one that's their friend playing Parcheesi, he's been playing Parcheesi with them too. So you guys figure that nasty's out. So I'm gonna let you go. I love you guys. Don't forget that. I do. Uh for each donation down there, I will do a tarot reading. All right. So I had no music. Don't need to change that. I love you guys. And don't trust the redheads this month.